Same building where Rogers was. Tough area, he told me.
Yeah, it wasn't the best place in LA, but got the job done. It wasn't a horrible area. School was probably about a 10-minute walk away, so not too bad.
Right.
What is the strain that runs through all the guys that have come through here from Eastern Shore? I mean, from that high school program.
It's just this bond we created back then. All of us, we just know where we come from. We know what we were built on, just working, blue collar, just having an attitude about you that no one's ever going to outwork you. So we all carried that here, and just seeing each other, like we all carry that inside of us still. So when I see David, I make sure he's giving 100%. He makes sure I see doing 100%. Same thing with Letty, DeKeel and Wendell, when they were here, everyone kept that same mindset going, and I think that's really helped us transition to a place like this where they do the same things.
You said you saw a lot of bad things going on. Were you from Wilmington? Or?
Wilmington, Delaware.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
I worked there when I got out of college.
Oh, okay.
It was a long time before you were born, but anyway, you saw a lot of bad things. What did you see that sticks in your mind, and how did maybe you were dealing with that high school situation change it?
A lot of violence, a lot of drugs, especially where the area I was from. I knew that was something I didn't want to be a part of, and after losing my dad, that was something I had to fight even harder to stay away from. Mentally I wasn't all the way there like I was, but David, his father, just the high school teammates that we had, those guys that really pulled me out of that and really just kept me focused on the path that I was going.
You could have had a different life if
football saved my life, and I'm not hesitant to tell anybody that. I know my life could have been a lot different. Some choices I could have made if I didn't have football.
Did Khalil and did you know him pretty well coming up or no?
Well, we played high school ball together too, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know how far y'all back that y'all knew each other.
Nah.
Kids, or?
Nah. It feels like that way though, right? Khalil, that's my guy. Once me and him got to here's a story. Me and Khalil almost fought the first time we met. We working out at the high school, really rough day. Coach DT's really laying it on us, and me and him getting to it about something, and then yeah, it took a little while. You got both coaches holding him back, two coaches holding me back. We were really about to get into it that day, but ever since then, that bond, that relationship has been crazy. He's still to this day probably the toughest O-lineman I've ever won against.
And he's a couple of years older than you, right?
Nah, if I'm 23 now, Khalil probably, he turned 25 this year.
So he's one grade or 2 grades above you?
Same grade.
Same grade.
Mm-hmm.
He told me that David getting an offer in the 7th grade kind of put a target on his back.
A little bit.
In high school. Did you see opposing teams kind of after him a little bit?
Oh, everybody wanted their shot at the California kid. Everybody wanted to take down David, and that's something we all knew. Even when we were going out, we all knew, everybody's eyeing on pointing, oh yeah, that's David Sills, and yeah, it is, stay away, you know what I mean? So everyone knew what it was, but we all did our part to just make sure it never got out of control.